I'm making this quick little video because I recently learned a small thing about the Banshee that massively improved my performance, allowing me to get way more clean kills when I fly. It's something so simple that I and probably many others overlooked or just never learned about. I figure I might as well rapidly cover all the other stuff I know about how to use the Banshee while I'm at it for people who don't know. I don't want to waste anyone's time, so I'll say up front, the overlooked trick to the Banshee is the brake button, especially braking as you turn around in the sky. It gives you so much more time to shoot at people. You kind of hang in place for a moment before descending. Me and people I know never learned about it, even if we're longtime Halo franchise fans, because braking is not as flashy and obvious as boosting or doing tricks, and we never spent time to experiment with controls in old games. If you don't understand why braking is so important, it'll make sense once I explain how using the Banshee works. Using the Banshee properly means flying up high in the sky to gain distance, turning toward the ground, and firing your plasma cannons at a target. That means the fast shooting projectiles. You don't want to fly too close to the ground or else you risk being hijacked, so after a brief while of flying and firing at someone, you peel off and soar back into the skies. Right before you end your bombing run though, you switch weapons with your switch weapon button to the Banshee bomb to fire one off. So as you leave, the slow moving explosive projectile will hopefully finish off the enemy with splash damage. The reason you fire the Banshee bomb last is because that's when you're closest to the target and they therefore have less room to dodge the bomb. Also, the Banshee bomb has a cooldown period after firing, so you can't spam it. It's best as a tool to finish your enemy after whittling them down with the plasma cannons. You might have noticed this is basically how the AI in the campaign use the Banshee. They know what they're doing, it's how the Banshee was designed. The only issue I had was that the Banshee is fast. This meant that I would only be able to shoot at someone for a short period of time before being dangerously close to the ground. I'd often end up just gliding around on the floor. Trying to splatter people with the Banshee isn't a terrible idea, but it's needlessly risky. The big revelation I had came in the form of checking various controls and keybinds for vehicles. I was trying to find the button to e-brake on the Warthog so that I could drift around corners when I came across the 3 vehicle function commands. I'm pretty sure they changed how things are labeled in the keybind settings since the pre-release early flightings, because I swear before it said vehicle functions and now it just says what the buttons actually do. Anyway, boost and tricks are pretty common knowledge. If you don't know how tricks work, trick button in combination with holding a movement direction does specific tricks, horizontal direction and trick button for barrel rolls or aileron rolls or whatever it's called, and holding back when you hit the trick button does a backflip. But the brake button is the important one. It gives you way more time to melt enemies on bombing runs. It's a seriously simple and easy to implement change to your Banshee flying that helps a lot. Like I said earlier, people might miss this button because it's not flashy or insanely visually obvious if you accidentally tap the button like with boost or tricks. In fact, the boost button is on screen, but brakes are so functional. Honestly, probably way more uniformly useful than boost and tricks. And that's it for this brief Banshee video. This was mainly for beginners, but that brake button can and has gone unnoticed by even long-time Halo players. I hope you learned something new from this video that'll help you dominate the ground from above. You know, until you get skewered or EMP'd or whatever. Thanks for watching.